Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how does the A-star algorithm works. And as you know, in the artificial intelligence domain we have search problems which divide into two types, uninformed and informed search. So let's check the specific of the A-star search algorithm. As you know, it is from informed search kind. It is like best first search, but instead of greedy method, it uses f equal g plus h for heuristic. G is the cost function from the initial state until the current state, and h is the admissible heuristic function between the related nodes. It is complete and also optimal if heuristic is admissible. Heuristic is admissible, which means if it never overestimates the true cost to reach to the goal node. Its time and space complexity is from the order of b power d, which b is the maximum branching factor of the search tree, and the d is the depth of the least cost solution. Here, for showing how does the A-star search algorithm works, I bring you the Romania map, which is one of the most used problems in the graph traverse. We want to start from the Arad city here, as you can see, to reach to the Bucharest here. And as you know, we have some values between the two cities of the Romania here. For example, you can see from between the Arad and Zering we have number written 75 here, and between all other cities, these are the true costs that I explained in the before slide, which means it is symboled as G or G function. Okay, so the numbers here are written on the edge of the graph are considered as G or true cost, and here in the right side or right table here it is our heuristic or approximation to reach to the Bucharest. For example, we are looking at here in the Faragras. If we are located in the Faragras city, its approximation or heuristic to reach to the Bucharest is about 178. Here you can see. So let's see how does A-star search algorithm works on this graph. So let me choose my pen here. Okay, we have the Arad as our start node. So we have a visited list here. It is Arad here. Okay, if we open the Arad, we can lead to 3 cities, or we have 3 neighbors. One of them is Timisoara. Here you can see one of them is Sibiu, and another is Zering. Okay, Zering. So let's check the values. As you can see, the value between the Arad and Timisoara 118, between Arad and Sibiu is 140, and between the Arad and Zering is 75. So I write down these as these are the G ones, and as you know, our function is something like f equal g plus h. This is our function, so I should write down here the numbers here as a g, and the heuristic. For example, heuristic for Sibiu. Let us see. We have Sibiu here. This is the h value for the Sibiu. So I should write this Timisoara here value, Sibiu value, and Zering value as h. These are h value. So let's cast it. Okay. We have here our function was f equal g plus h. Okay. Arad and Timisoara, we have between Arad and Timisoara we have 118. Between Arad and Sibiu we have 140. And between Arad and Zering we have 75. Okay, these are G numbers. So if you want to calculate the f, we have 118 plus the numbers that has been written here. Okay, I just remember them and write them here. Okay, 118 plus 329. Here we have for CPU 140. I write from here plus we have 253, and for Zerin we have 75 plus 374. If we sum these, it would be 447, it would be 393, and this would be 449. So which one is the lowest one? Of course the CPU, so we choose the CPU as the next node. If I want to show it on the graph, it would be something like this. We open the Timisoara, CPU, and Zerin, and between them, the best one for us was CPU with F value 393. Okay, so we choose the CPU as the next one. So here we have Arad in the root. We visited Arad, then CPU. Okay, I open this Timisoara. We have CPU here. We have Zerin here. So the F value for Timisoara was 447. The F value for CPU was 393. For Zerin it was 449. I just write down the values, G values here for calculation, and here. So if we look at this, the CPU has the neighbors of Orada, Faragras, and Rimniju. So we have three neighbors here: CPU, Rimniju, Faragras, and Orada. So I write it here. So I open this. We have Orada here. We have Rimniju. I just write the abbreviate as Rimniju. And here we have the Faragras here. And if we look at the value, we should look at the G and H values of them. Okay, we have the 80 here, 99, and 151 here. And we should look at the Rimniju value. So let me circle this. We have these values. And for Orada, we should have this value for Orada. For Rimniju, we have this value. And for Faragras, we have this value. So I should write this down. Okay. Now I have for Orada, we have 151. For Rimniju, we have 80. And for the Faragras, we have 99. So if you want to calculate it, you should pay attention here. We have 151 here, and from here, between the CPU and Orada. And as you can see, if we want to calculate the G from the root, it would be 140. Let me make it okay, correct. 140. It comes from here, and 151 from here. This is G value. These are G value. We should write here. So G value, it would be 291 here. And the heuristic for the Orada. Let's see, heuristic for the Orada is 380. So plus 380. we calculate like this. So for Rimiju, I just calculate 80 plus 140, sorry. It would be 220 plus, this is for G value, and plus, I think not 193 for here. 193 for heuristic. Okay, and for paragraphs we have 99 plus 140, it would be 239 plus, let's check it, 178. So we have 178 here. So if you calculate this, it would be, the F value for Orada would be 671. For here, for Rimiju it would be 413, and for the paragraphs it would be 417. So as you can see, we visit Arad CBU. We have opened here we should choose between these values: 447, 449, 671, 413, 417. Which one is the lowest? So Rimiju is the lowest, so we choose the Rimiju as the next one. Next note. So here we have choose here, we choose here, we choose CBU, and then when we open the Orada paragraphs and Rimiju, we choose the Rimiju. So if I want to show that which one we choose from the starting point, we choose this path and then this path here. As you can see, let me change the color. As you can see, the neighbors of the Rimiju is Pitesti here, is value 197, and from here to Craiova it is 146 for Craiova. And let me check the Craiova value here, and Pitesti would be 98 here. So let's see how it would change in the third level. Okay, so in the third level we have Arad here in the root. I have Timisoara with F value of 447. I have here CBU, and here I have Zering with value of the F value of 449. I open CBU like this. I open Orada here, and I open Rimiju, and here I open the paragraphs. Let me write the F values of them. The F value for Orada was 671. For paragraphs it was 417. And when we open the Rimiju here, we have Pitesti and Craiova with value 97, 146, and 98, 160. So I write this here. When I open the Rimiju, let me see what we visit. We don't forget this. We visit Arad, then we visit CBU, then we visit Rimiju here. So when I open this Rimiju, it would be Craiova, and then we have Pitesti here. Okay, let's calculate the F function for this Craiova. It was 146 for here, and for here it was 97. So from the Arad to Rimiju, the value was 220. The calculated value from the Arad, let's write this down. G value, calculate G value 220. So I should calculate sum of the 220 and 146 here, so the F would be 366 plus, and here let me write this, 97 plus 220 would be 317 plus, let's check the heuristic value for them, 98 and 160, so it would be 366 plus 160 and 317 plus 98, and if you calculate some of these it would be 526 here, and we have 415 here. So we have to choose between 447, this value, this value, this value, this value, and this value, and this value. So which one is the lowest one? Of course, the p-test with value of 415. So I choose the p-test as the next node. So let me choose what our graph would be like this. We open these, and then open these ones. Then we come here and open these. Okay, but we choose this path as the first, this path as the second, and then p-test this path at the 3 levels. So when you open the p-test, we have the Craiova here with G value of 138 and 101 for Bucharest, which is the goal node. So for the Bucharest, the value would be 0 because we reached to the goal, and for Craiova it would be 160. So let's see what will happen in the 4th level. So I start from the root, I write it here Arad, I draw the Timisoara, here I have the CBU, and here I have Zerin. Okay, so for the CBU we have Orada, and here we have Rimniju. I have here Rimniju, and for the paragraphs I have here this, and for the Rimniju we have open the Craiova here, Craiova here, and I open the p-test here. So when I open the p-test, we have to another city, as I told, it is Craiova, and this is Bucharest, which is the final node. Okay, let's see what we visit. We visit the Arad, then CBU, then Rimniju, and p-test in the 4th level of the A-star search. I write down the F value. We have Timisoara with 447. I have Zerin here with value of 449. I have F value for Orada 671. For paragraphs, the F value would be 417. For Craiova, from the Rimniju, the value is Craiova for Rimniju, the value is 526 here. So I should calculate the F value for Craiova here, and for Bucharest it is here. So it was the G value until here, it was 220 for this, and for p-test the value was I think 317 here. So the value for Craiova and Bucharest must be calculated 160 38 and 101. So I write it here. For Craiova we have 138, and for Bucharest it is 101. So the F value would be, I should sum the 317 plus 138. It would be 455 plus the H value for this would be 160. So I write 160 here. And for Bucharest it is 418 plus, because it is the destination or our goal node, it is 0. So some of the students make mistake here because they think they reach to the goal, they do not continue. But we should, I should say that we have values here: 447, 449, 671, 417, 526. The sum of this would be something more exactly bigger than 400. I write it here, x bigger than 418, and we have 418 here. So as you can see, we still have another way which is smaller than the our solution. So we should continue and extend this way. So in the next level, we should choose the paragraphs instead of choosing the Bucharest in the visited list. So in fact, it would be something like this. We choose this. We open these nodes here. We open here, here, here. Okay, but when we start from here, we first open this one, and then we open this one, and then we open this one. Okay. Now in the next level, we should choose the paragraphs because the F value is smaller than this one. So it is the fourth selection. Here we have. So the paragraphs and Bucharest, here we have a direct way, and the value would be 211. So let's see what would be happen here. So I just write it here, start from Arad as root, and my visited list would be Arad. I would write it here. Okay, we have Arad here, Timisoara, and we have Sibiu here. We have Zering here. We have here Oradea. We have Limniju here. We have the paragraphs. We have here Limniju. For Limniju we have Pitesti and Craiova. And Pitesti we have, and from the Pitesti we have the Craiova, and here we have the Bucharest here. And from the paragraphs, as we mentioned, we have a direct way to Bucharest, so I just make this path here, and the value for Bucharest was, F value was 417, and from this path, of course, let's see what was it. It was 239, the G value for Bucharest here. So from this path, if you want to calculate the F, it would be the 211. So we have 239 plus 211 plus 0 for H is our G. So it would be 0, 4, 5, 415 here to reach to the Bucharest. But from the p-test, we have the f value of 418 here. So when we choose CBU, Arad CBU, Rimiju, p-test, then we choose the paragraphs. But after we choose the paragraphs, we understand that the p-test to Bucharest was has the lowest value. So the final solution would be something like this. We choose this path here as our final solution. And if I want to show it in the graph, it would be something like this. It would be let me just choose the final solution. I just open this path as the first, this one as second, this one as third, and this is as a 4, and this is as a 5. So we got and solved the graph here easily.